try again. The next day was Wednesday, which meant that it was cleanup day. And Paul didn't care for that day. That meant there would be vacuuming.
"I'll tell you what," said Paul's dad. "How about I clean the cages and you vacuum?"
A look of horror came over Paul's face. "Why would I want to do that?" he cried.
"I thought you might want to change things up a bit," Dad said. "And besides, I never get to clean up cages."
His dad stood looking at him with his arms spread out, waiting for an explanation. Paul looked at his dad and thought, "Do I want to tell him why I can't vacuum? If I do, will he think I'm a fraidy cat? If I don't, I'll cry instead. And he'll say, 'Don't worry, you clean the cages.' But then he'll treat me like a little baby. But I'm not. I'm nearly a grown-up." Then Paul thought how he liked going to the park by himself and liked to get his own donuts at Safeway. "I have to tell him. I have to be a man." "Dad," Paul started, "I can't vacuum because I don't like the noise. It drives me crazy." His dad smiled and said,
"Oh, why didn't you say so?"
Paul thought, "Wow, telling the truth wasn't so bad," as he went in to get Garie's cage. As Paul carried Garie's cage into the kitchen, Garie started whistling happily. "Today is Wednesday. Today is cleaning day." Garie knew that this was his chance, because when Paul opened the door, freedom was on the other side. And that's what all birds want. Freedom to soar. Freedom to stretch their wings. Garie watched the boy reach for the door. "Wait for it. Wait for it." Paul opened the door, and Garie shot through. Paul didn't have a chance to react. It happened so fast. "Yeehaw!" Garie cried, with his wings flapping madly. "Oomph!" he grunted as he smashed into the wall and slid down to the counter. "Things look a little blurry," he thought dizzily. "Garie, are you crazy?" asked Paul. "Come on, let's get back at the cage." Garie saw the boy's finger approaching. "I'm not going back there! I'm free!" He jumped off the counter and flapped his wings as hard as he could. "I'm out of here!" "Garie!" Paul called as he started chasing him down the hall. Garie heard the boy chasing him and flapped as hard as he could. He panted, breathing heavily with the effort. He could see light at the end of the hallway. It was the bathroom window. "I can make it," he thought, breathing even harder. Just then, he noticed a man and slid past his head, chirping wildly. "Yay!" cried Paul's dad. "Almost there." "Gawk! Cramp!" he chirped as he plummeted into the bathtub. Paul brushed past his dad and put his finger down towards Garie, who was breathing heavily. This time, Garie took the offered finger. "I guess I need more exercise," he thought, as Paul carried him back to his cage.